I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay, just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old.
3 years old.
And I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hey-o! Welcome back. We got another juicy case for you today. A hot broad, an old geezer, a DNA test, someone might be gay, Cupid's jerking off in the corner over there. Let's get into it.
All right. Sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligation.
Okay.
Under the circumstances, you know, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that you know, she and I had that time together. And,
Excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me. And the reason that I haven't provided
Well, those are rumors.
I understand that. I understand that. But you
all,
haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
Oh, looks like old man River's been airing his saggy ball bag in a bit of dirty laundry.
You know, you're right about that. And honest
so
truth
you are admitting that you're married?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I've told her. I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't tell me you were married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore. Go ahead.
Okay. So, you know, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point, we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions, too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay, so he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which, according to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
My wife knows.
Oh, yeah, she knows now?
He's lying.
You told her?
Yeah.
I would have heard from her by now. I work with him, ma'am.
Oh. At the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there.
She's a receptionist there. I'm a manager.
That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay.
Comment section. Are managers allowed to get freaky with their subordinates? Like, is it still a thing that's frowned upon? Or is it an abuse of power? Let me know.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that much tea this morning. So, yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you are more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right, he's
but
definitely
if he's not the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary to get DNA tested, and we actually find the father and place him on child support.
Well, I know who it is, so that's not necessary, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously? Oh,
yeah, most definitely. And it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather. And it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky?
You're welcome.
if I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, the naughty hanky-panky aside, boy does he ooze integrity. I can see why he's a manager. He's got the kind of gravelly voice that'd convince anyone to do hours of mundane work. Now, sadly, there isn't a part 2 to this case, so we're going to have to assume it went something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We have the results of the DNA test for one Mr. Greybeard and one Miss Perky Nips. The DNA test results are as follows. Mr. Greybeard, you are not the father of this child. However, we have traced your DNA back to the child of one Miss Unibrow, who lives in a place we dare not name. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for serving justice today. You're very welcome, Mr. Greyballs. Next case, Johnson versus Johnson. Whose soap company is it really? That's it for today. Cheers for sticking around, you glorious bar stools. And if you enjoyed what you saw, there's plenty more coming, so do subscribe the shiz out of that subscribe button. We're nearly at 800 subs, which is insane. So thanks again for all your support. It means the freaking world to me. It was a bit of a shorter one this week, wasn't it? I thought I wouldn't interject as much this time round and just let the content flow a bit more. Feels like an improvement. We'll see. Anyways, as usual, share your stories in the comments below and have a ridiculously marvelous day. You know, it'd be hilarious if I didn't record any of that. Oh, get my fat ass in this chair. Clap. Clap. All the claps. Why does it feel like I've spent an age away from this?